All right, the first episode of Arcane Season 2 wrapped up.
I tried taking notes. It was difficult.
This time we're going to take notes.
I definitely took a lot, but I still feel like I might have missed some.
And first initial thoughts?
Well, it started right where it left off, pretty much.
Yeah, it's straight up.
It showed, like, pretty much who survived it, who didn't. I'm trying to. There's a few little things I made note of, like, early on in the episode that were just cool, like effects or whatever they used or did. It was like a different animation styles for like the funeral, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, which at least they did shit like that in season 1 too. But this, like I said, this season they turn everything up more, so it's like you get even more cool shit like that. Yeah, the animation was crazy in the funeral scene.
Say the robot didn't make it.
Robot
so his
did not
whole
make it.
species is gone then?
I don't know. I don't actually know.
There was an attempt on his like species.
The thing is with this universe, there's so much to it.
Like other locations too.
There's
so that
so
there could
much
very
to
well
this,
just be
to the
like,
lore and everything.
Yeah.
This, which once we finish this show, we can talk a little bit more about that kind of stuff and even watch videos and shit about it and break down more of little things. But this show covers like this much of the grand universe of this. So honestly, we don't know if that's. I don't know if he's like the last of his race.
All they kind of hinted at was like
he did speak before in the first season that like it wiped out a lot of his race or most of it or something at some point.
There was an attempt at like wiping out his whole race. But
that was magic in general. He was talking about that did that before, and now, in some sense, magic fucked him up too.
Got him
like with the hex, the hex thing in the bomb.
That's 100% magic. Yeah, it's all becoming much more like utilized now.
Yeah,
everybody's just like, there's no choice, like, but pretty much use it.
Yeah, that's
because each other are using it. It's like,
at the end they're straight up gearing up now, which is what they never wanted to do. Like Victor and Jace never wanted to weaponize it. Now they're straight up just going all in.
There's no other choice. Yeah, it's either weaponize it or get fucking eradicated.
Yeah.
There was a cool effect right at the start of the episode, like even before the intro played. The entire time it was like shell shock effect. And you couldn't hear what each other people were saying.
Exactly, like an explosion went off. Brilliant.
And the music was like super loud, like throughout that scene.
I think we had the damn volume too
loud. It was the music was forward there because, like I said, like everything else in the background was shell shocked and you couldn't hear what people were saying and so that was a pretty cool effect.
That was cool. They did that.
Yeah, I made note of how I always forget that. Not the mother, but the daughter, the actual councilwoman. Like, what's her name? The one that Jace is close with. Mel. Clearly showing like Mel's mom's like getting her fingers into the council, trying to like encourage war. Like, you could see that before, but now it's like actually happening. And there was a potential foreshadowing I made note of like it was when Mel said like someone up top may have like had something like to do with it helping, and she was standing there in the background.
It cuts right to her. Yeah, it's like, well,
yeah, it looks a little shady.
Yeah, it
she
cuts
always
straight
wanted
to her.
that. That's always what she wanted to.
Yeah, that's one thing that the lore kind of tells you a bit more of is that Noxians, which is where they're from, are very much like war-driven people. They look like that.
You can see it.
They look like Vikings and like crazy warriors. And even in the first season, she was always pushing to for force and
it's like the first thing she spoke of, like rode up on the land and like let's go to war pretty much.
Yeah, she was like that's huge in their thing.
Yeah.
So
I made a little note of that. Is that big dude that Vi met up with in the underground, is that a new character or is that someone?
I believe he's a new character.
Okay.
Yeah,
because he seems like he might be significant at this point. He was around like for the he tried to go to the
he even
the
went
memorial
with,
service.
Yeah.
He reminds me a lot of Vander.
Yeah, he gives hard Vander vibes.
So it's just,
he definitely gives Vander vibes.
His
everything about him looks like so much like Vander.
Yeah.
I remember thinking the same damn thing. It's like, oh, that's so much like Vander.
Yeah,
it's probably partly maybe why Vi kind of just
gravitated.
That's what I'm looking forward towards him.
And he wasn't like an asshole. He was like helpful and friendly. Like initially, kind of just like Vander was.
Yeah, and serving sauce just like Vander did in season 1. Actually, originally, I didn't even realize that either.
Oh,
he gives her a drink just like Vander's the bartender.
That's true.
For fuck's sakes.
Yeah, that definitely like created like an instant bond probably there.
Yeah, I didn't even honestly realize that till now. Straight up.
I didn't catch the drink part, but that makes
just
so
like
much
Vander
sense.
does. Yeah, he was the fucking bartender.
So I obviously see that. I made note of that dude just because
Yeah.
he seems like he's gonna be significant going forward.
Yeah, new character.
He was gonna fight alongside them as well, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he like weaponed
He
up.
joined up, which also is obviously huge. That at the end, Vi also joins the goddamn enforcers.
Yeah,
which is huge.
Jinx, yeah.
The first like 3 episodes of that is Vi just trying to fight and go against the enforcers in the first season.
Yeah, and it's showing how like they basically like fucked her over and they killed her family and shit like that.
Yeah, and now it's like, well, what do you do? Is that's the whole torn like.
This show like
Huge
leads so
torn.
heavy into like just everyone's torn.
Yeah,
Like,
big.
Caitlin's torn. Now we got this key shit like that her mom handed
yeah,
down.
there's some crazy shit to that.
That key like
it's showing they're giving you crumbs.
If
there
anything,
of what's
it
going
looked
on.
like those people had like secret knowledge, and the key somehow like
there's some
unlocked
shit.
some of that
Yeah,
shit.
there's some shit going on for sure.
That's what that looked like
Yeah,
for sure.
there's
And yeah,
definitely
she's
something.
wasn't ready for that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
On top of all the other shit, plus the attack on the memorial with these fucking Hulkster Bioshock suits,
Straight up the sap people, yeah.
side people with the suit on.
So that's just now the underground's attacking straight up. There's no leader. Like Silco was actually kind of keeping the underground in control.
Yeah, I was kind of trying to see. I'm like, this tube fucking knows.
She was in the.
So whose mother was that? 'Cause she said like, this is for my son.
So
like,
the kid, I think they kind of show this more as it goes a little bit.
oh, the kid in the factory. That's right. I couldn't put that
Yes,
together.
that's
at
why
the time.
she's trying to kill Jace because Jace is the one that
he
killed her
fucking Warhammer
or killed
mode.
him.
Yeah.
Killed her son. Yeah, Warhammered him. Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, she came back
So
with a
she's-
chainsaw.
Coming straight in to just try to mainly kill him or anyone else too that has to do with it.
Okay, I was like trying to remember. I'm like, who the fuck is this again?
So from season 1, when they're all trying to go against Silco because they don't think he's doing a good job and all that, they want to just attack and go fucking to war and shit with the top side, which Silco didn't want to just do that. He was trying to make peace.
That's surprising. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
fucked
crazy
up
how
as he was.
he seems like the villain, but at the end of the fucking shit, he's actually the only one keeping
Keeping it
shit
together.
normal. Yeah, which is very much what Vander did originally too.
Yeah, it's like the torch got passed down to him.
Yeah.
He was more twisted. Now it's just getting
yeah,
worse and worse.
Now there's nobody controlling
Yeah.
that shit.
At first, I'm like, maybe this is gonna become a main villain, but nope. Fucking, she got killed up there
Ambessa done
at the end. Yeah, she was
Yeah.
ready for that war.
Oh yeah, she was ready
she was
for that.
suited
war.
up.
They were all they all came in
Suited up.
and
That's
probably
hilarious.
saved everybody at the end. There,
Yeah,
like,
it's true,
fucking
though.
shit up.
But like, probably also initiated it. But we'll see.
hmm
So yeah, I made note of the big
We'll
dude
see.
and the fact that Vi was asked to join. Yeah.
Yeah, and originally declined it at first.
Yeah.
But after another attack from the underground, she just said, "All right, that's enough."
Yep. A lot of people are like forced into positions in the show too, like stuff that's like too much to take on. But it's like, well, there's no other choice, so just gonna do that.
Yeah.
And it's like losing Vander. Everybody else like, yep, now it's on you. It's like that's way too much, and it all fell apart. Everybody just like burdened with so much shit in this show.
There's a lot of shit.
Yeah, I made note of the attack and how that the fucking Bioshock suits. Those things are ridiculous.
You did see those in the first
You did a
season too a
little.
bit, but they had like a Terminator one.
There was like a giant, yeah,
Terminator.
Jesus.
This guy was like fucking like 20 feet tall or more.
There's not even like a normal person in there controlling.
Yeah,
either.
there's like
It's
a person in there,
fucking-
but it's like all
a
mech
mutated person
Yeah.
inside of it. It's fucked
or
up shit.
it's either that or like a mech almost like a. 'cause
Well, there
you-
was
you-
definitely
you
like a
did see
body
somebody's
inside
head.
of it. Yeah, there was definitely someone in there, but they were like
Who knows
all
what's going on with
drugged
them
out,
in there?
sapped
Yeah,
out,
they're
fucked
just
up.
like perma-sapped
Mm-hmm.
into weapons basically.
Yeah.
And even there, once again, the only person who thought let's use fucking Hex Tech in that fight was Vi, actually of all people. She was leaving
Yeah.
to try to get the hammer because
Oh yeah.
remember he fucking Jace didn't want to use any Hex Tech, that he's using a fucking regular hammer. Against
That was kind of funny how he went from a
Of all
warhammer
things.
down to that
And then she came back with his freaking hammer.
actual hammer. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, his weapon.
That little hammer didn't
not
do
his
shit.
fucking tool.
Mm-hmm. So right before the attack, there was like that cop guy. Was he like another crooked cop guy, or was he just like someone just
I think-
part of the
I
plot?
think
Like he had a
there-
uniform on.
Yeah,
and-
I think there might have been underground people like that were disguised
Yeah.
as enforcers. I think
Because I was like, maybe they're like, are they showing that?
But
the
there could
cops,
be
the
more
cops
crooked ones,
are
too.
still like influenced.
that could actually go either way. I'm not 100% sure on that.
I made note of that because I wasn't sure.
That's a good point. Yeah, I think
But also, oh yeah, it could have been a guy in
because
disguise.
they covered in tattoos and stuff, which was way more common for underground people to have. I think you don't really see that as much with the the people from the above area. It seems like
True. Yeah. And then it was likely a disguise.
I think he was.
Now that you mentioned that.
Yeah, I think that's what was going on. He was carrying a weird, sketchy bag too.
Yep.
Which probably had bombs or
And
something.
guns. He was the one who pulled the gun.
He pulled the gun. Yeah, Mel.
Yeah. Who the hell saved her there? Someone saved her. Who saved her there?
I think it was Vi that initially helped her there. Yeah.
Yeah, because she was following that guy.
Yeah, Vi was trying to get through because she was the first one to pick up on that something sketchy going on here. Because she kind of knows how the underground people work. Yeah. And how they'll probably
pretty sketchy,
and what they look like and shit where no one else does.
True.
She's the only one that's there from the underground.
But it did seem like though when it like shot, it flashed over to like Caitlin and she like saw Vi was like struggling with the cops, but it also like seemed to notice like that sketchy guy. So it's almost like she was noticing something wasn't right there as well. I
think she was maybe, or she was noticing Vi also reacting maybe at the same time. Not sure exactly.
It just seemed because it was cutting between.
She was figuring something was. It was cutting
between the guy going towards the stage and her held up with the cops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made note that Jason's more pressure on him than ever. Like basically the first time you see him, he's blown up.
Literally, yeah.
And the next time he's just
he's just like Jason has a little bit on his plate. Obviously, Victor.
Yeah,
a lot going on there too.
In the fucking wall.
Jay literally just throws him into the
cube, or like not even the cube, like that.
The hex core, I think they were calling it. Yeah, the hex core.
And it like
pretty much putting it into him or like on him in that first opening scene.
Yeah, that's right. And then he was like a fucking wall.
Victor was essentially dead at the beginning there, but then it showed him twitching at the very end before it cuts.
I think he was about to wake up right there. I made note of that. Like, he was a wall. Like he was not there, but his vitals were steady.
Something's happening.
And it looked like he was about to wake up, or like he's not completely gone.
Then it also cuts to the damn dirty doctor at the very end.
He's got some animals that are on some shit. Fucking glowing eyes, all these green and purple and all this. Like, bro.
Yeah, so he's doing something.
That guy knows some shit.
He's doing something.
And that's what freaking Victor's on. Some form of whatever he gave him.
Sort of. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, well, he was on Shimmer, yeah.
Version whatever, 0.0, but
yeah, some kind of
that scientist, man, is fucking messing with some.
He's got some shit.
Immortality, it seems like. He's been fucked up.
Yeah.
He's like, every time it shows him, he's like bandaged
he's growing
up.
Green. So there's a lot of that green shit, which I don't fully know what the fuck the green shit actually is.
Even the Bioshock weapons have it.
Yeah.
It's a combination of like purple and green.
Had the shit like she was like being like life fed into her nose.
As soon as it was like interrupted, she was like, oh,
Jinx's weapon also had green in it. The missile had tons of green. It must be a chemical from the underground because it's only ever used from the underground.
Yeah.
It's got to be some kind of a chemical from there.
Huh.
There's a lot of that. I didn't notice that until we watched more through the first season again. I'm like, I don't know what the green actually is.
I was thinking that as soon as it showed that chick, I'm like, yeah, what could that be? Like, I figured it was some form of drug or like something either making her
some
OP
kind of chemical
or
almost like a weaker shimmer or something. There's something there.
Yeah.
It's probably huge in the fucking game lore or something.
Maybe
it probably is.
Just like think you would know that.
It's like you don't have to know what it is, but you know it's something crazy going on there. Because you see a lot of the underground people with it.
Yeah, I made note of the fucking squad that was created at the end with like the magic weapons being forged by Jace, who also got fucked up. He got chainsawed up.
Yeah, he got cut up pretty good. Yeah,
he was still down there forging because his homeboy's
making
in the wall.
New shit. Yeah,
homie's trapped in that wall. So yeah, that squad's pretty cool. Oh, that's dope. That's gonna be some shit, man. It just keeps getting more and more like
Hex Tech Squad.
Yeah, fucking got it in the rifle. Got it in. What was that like thing that new recruit was using? Was that like a grenade?
There was
launcher?
Several different weapons there. Pretty much every weapon I think had Hex Tech.
And it was like a different type of weapon.
Guns, I think a shield.
Looked like potentially a grenade launcher.
Yeah, maybe because she did use a grenade launcher.
Whatever that big guy had who joined up.
I can't remember if he had the shield. Maybe they all have something with Hex Tech like infused into it.
Gauntlets too.
Yeah, and then Vi's got the fucking gauntlets back and fixed up because they got cut up by Savika in the first season at the end when they were fighting with their fucking like lightsaber looking thing. Yeah,
I wonder if he like modded them. I didn't get a good look at him. Like try to make
they're
him
at least
little...
working again.
Yeah.
Lots of Hex Tech shit now at the end.
And that note was about Victor being fused in that fucking wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was it. We talked about everything I made note of.
Yeah, that's probably a good chunk of it. You obviously kind of see where the direction's going now.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's pretty cut straight right now.
There's little things that I remember like I wanted to make note of, but I wasn't making notes at the time.
That's okay.
I need to just pause it every time. But
If there's anything else you can think of,
Yeah, it won't come back to me right away. Yes. Blast beats. Blast beats.
Oh yeah.
You think there's anything significant we missed?
I don't think so. Other than like, well, we talked about Caitlyn a bit, but she's now like almost forcing herself onto the council because her mom, obviously her mom was a counselor that died.
Mm-hmm. And she got handed down that key.
Her mom and the robot guy, and then the main counselor guy. Which
was
like,
that dumb king guy?
Yeah. I think he was like kind of the main guy, and he's also dead. So those were the ones that all died. Those three. Yeah. And Victor got fucked up, but he's like
half alive
in a wall.
Mm-hmm. He's walled up, fucking.
He's in some shit.
Jeez. I'm trying to. Yeah, man.
So that was basically the slowest episode of the season.
And I could already tell it's faster than the first.
Just season. Like the first season, it starts out, but there's only one slower one, and then it just goes on cocaine, basically.
My next one's gonna be like 300 word fucking pinpoint notes.
Maybe not.
We'll see.
We'll see how. We'll see. Yeah, I can't fully remember every single thing that happens in the second episode, but we get to the third one. You're gonna have to pause every 2 seconds.
Jesus Christ, man! How to use it? Do it.
I think we're probably good with that. I think we covered a good chunk, honestly.
Yeah.
Anything else? Predictions, ideas.
Well, war. Last thoughts? A lot of war.
There could be some more.
And Jinx hasn't really appeared yet.
Yep. She really wasn't in this one at all, other than like flashbacks from Caitlyn.
Yeah. So that'll probably happen soon. And then war and chasing. And more people being torn. So I'm assuming, like, even if they find like Jinx, I'm assuming Vi's not gonna be like, "Yep, get her." Like, she's still gonna be like, "Ooh, fuck!" Like, that's still my sister. Yeah, there's probably always gonna be a bit of that with both of them.
That's definitely
I could see.
Yeah, a thing for sure. Mm-hmm. Obviously, between the main characters.
Yeah. Yeah, war and chasing.